Something big is coming. A very uncommon incident is set to take place. For the first time in 50,000 years, it is showing in the sky. A cosmic snowball. It is the Green Comet. What is the Green Comet? I know you are anxious to know what this is about. Stay tuned till the end of this video as we understand this phenomenal wonder passing through the sky soon. A recently discovered comet will soon make an appearance in the night sky for the first time in 5,000 decades. Following NASA's report, this was discovered on March 2, 2022 by astronomers using the Zwicky Transient Facility's Wide Field Survey camera at the Palomar Observatory in San Diego County, California. The comet is named C2022E3, having an orbit around the Sun that passes through the outer reaches of the solar system. Hence, it takes a long journey and a long time to swing by Earth again, according to the Planetary Society. This icy celestial phenomenon, which has consistently lightened as it gets to the Sun, will subsequently make its closest pass of Earth between February 1st and February 2nd, around 26 million miles away. According to Earth Sky, as the comet nears Earth, observers will be able to spot it near the bright star Polaris, also called the North Star, and it should be visible earlier in the evening. The comet should be seen through binoculars in the morning sky for sky watchers in the northern hemisphere during most of January, and those in the southern hemisphere in the first few days in February, according to NASA, depending on how bright it becomes in the coming weeks. C2022E3 unaided eyes may even be able to see it in the dark eyes toward the end of January, while skywatchers in the northern hemisphere using telescopes and binoculars should look low on the northeastern horizon just before midnight to spot it on January 12th, according to Earth Sky. Still, comets are amazingly unpredictable. And because C2022E3 is a long-period comet, its visibility is even less predictable than its brethren that take shorter trips around the Sun. They take 200 or 20 million years to complete an orbit. These dusty snowballs are more than just phenomenal cosmic views. They may have given life essentials like water and organic compounds to our early planet, and studying them could uncover hints about the genesis of our solar system. A comet develops its overwhelming atmosphere from the Sun's heat, which turns some of its icy center directly into gas. This produces a shade of dust and gas that is pushed off by the wind from the Sun and radiation, creating the characteristic tails. What are comets made of? Comets are made of a number of compounds which include mineral grains, carbon dioxide, and dry ice. Nearly all comets are made up of two tails, the ion tail and the dust tail. The ion tail is yellowish in color, while the latter is blue. It is essential to note that comet tails are always projected away from the Sun. Why green and not red, blue, or other colors? Regularly, with extreme consistency, from beyond the orbit of Neptune, comets dive into the inner solar system. They stay cold, frozen, and inactive from beyond the orbit of Saturn. Nothing about them changes, though they are always in motion. But as soon as they get to the orbit of Jupiter, being in close proximity to the Sun changes things. The exterior parts of the comet become hot, and the frozen ice on the surface begins to vaporize as the surface molecules are pushed away by the radiation and wind from the Sun. Almost immediately, the comet sparks with the reflected light from the Sun and the two tails possessing a gray and a blue color respectively, with an eerie green coma around the center. Now, I see you are curious about why that happens. Let's see. Comets are discovered from a mix of rocky components, just like what makes up the Earth's mantle, dust, and ice. Well, ice here is not only called water ice, but also has erratic components like dry ice, methane, ammonia, and carbon monoxide. The whole integral part of cometary ice was investigated by the Rosetta mission, but these are the big five. Foremostly, as the comet approaches the Sun, the intensity of the ray of ultraviolet light striking it becomes strong enough that it can begin to ionize the dormant molecule there, carbon monoxide. This generates plenty of positive carbon monoxide ions, which emit directly away from the Sun. This ion turns into a blue tail, becoming the first comet-like feature to appear as a comet begins to heat up. The ion tail steadily projects directly away from the Sun and is always blue in color. However, as the comet gets even closer to the Sun, somewhere around the orbit of Mars, it heats up further. The nucleus of the comet heats up and causes more of the ice to melt and diffuse away from the surface, forming a large, diffuse set of particles around the Earth. Other planets, like Mercury, without an atmosphere, can also possess meteor showers. But the coma is more than dust. A gas is also formed from the sublimated compounds that were components of the comet. This body doesn't only have simple ice and rocks, but also more complex molecules made out of these basic building blocks, mostly hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen. Two molecules that are of specific concern are cyanide, cyanogen, and diatomic carbon. This teal or blue-green color develops because, when these gases are stimulated by the ultraviolet light present in sunlight, their bound electrons increase greatly to higher energy levels, a basic rule of atomic transitions. But electrons don't stay forever in a high energy condition, they reduce to lower energy levels. And when this happens, some of those transitions have effects on an emission line that falls in a part of the electromagnetic spectrum that human eyes are sensitive to. Are comets dangerous to the Earth? The effects of comets on the Earth seem to be naturally hazardous because many of them are in orbits that cross the Earth's and may smash it. About 10 long-period comets on the order of 1 kilometer in diameter, or even bigger, cross Earth's orbit annually. Because Earth is a comparatively small target and space is infinitely wide, the impact probability per comet is, on average, very low. A random long-period comet will hit Earth for every 454 million comets that travel across its orbit. Following the estimated rate of 10 comets traveling across Earth's orbit per year, that results in a mean time between long-period comet impacts of 45 million years. However, because long-period comets travel on extremely erratic and highly inclined orbits, their average impact speeds are much higher than for other celestial bodies, that is, asteroids. The average long-period comet will hit Earth with a speed of 51.7 kilometers per second. If the impact velocity is measured by the probability of impact for a peculiar orbit, then the weighted mean impact velocity rises rapidly to 54.6 kilometers per second. These values are much greater than those for Earth-crossing asteroids, which are basically just about 15 kilometers per second. So guys, let's get ready to see this amazing blazing green light displaying in the sky. Be reminded that after that, the next opportunity to see Comet C 2022 E3 won't come around for a long time. This icy body has a long orbit that takes it on a journey around the Sun and far into the outer solar system over thousands of years. Again, the comet, officially known as C 2022 E3, will make its closest approach to the Sun on Thursday and could be bright enough to be seen through telescopes and binoculars. The first chance to see the comet will be in the early morning sky on Thursday, sometime after midnight but before dawn. Make sure you are sitting on the edge of your seats with your telescope to capture the amazing moments of the green comets. You can do that with friends or family. It would be absolutely fun. Remember to get your telescopes ready, as the snake eyes would lack the ability to see it in its radiance. Wow, it was really an amazing ride in space getting alerted about the arrival of the Green Comet. Will you prepare to see it? Well, if you eventually do, we would love to hear what you think about it. Thanks for tuning into StarBurst. We hope you've enjoyed this video and learned something new about our incredible universe. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode.